Hey fam, today we are going to talk a little bit about trans ideology, and I know that this is a very controversial, triggering subject for people, but I want to discuss it in the context of inheritance and the obfuscation of wealth from the biological parents of someone who decides to identify as transgender. So, from the perspective of the government, it's my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong. If you've got any information that contradicts what I'm saying, please let me know. But the impression that I'm under, based upon what I'm hearing, is that if somebody changes their gender in the eyes of the state, in the eyes of the government, let's say they get a new social security number, they're no longer listed as male and now they're listed as female, or vice versa. Now, in a situation like that, what is the liability from like a child support standpoint? What is the inheritance rights of that transgender child? Because I don't know that they actually have any legal grounds to pursue anything at the time that they are stating that they are now transgender. The reason that I'm mentioning this is because if you are a mother and you give birth to a male child, and that male child then states that they are not a male child, they are a female child, as a mother who went through that birthing process, I would interpret that as a form of discrediting your labor process to have that child. I would interpret that as a form of negating that traumatic and painful experience you went through by claiming that they are now some other gender, whatever the case may be. Now, I'm not trying to make this all about the mother. I understand that, especially when children are going through puberty, there is a period of time which is very normal for them to feel discomfort with those changes to their body. That does not mean that they should go around mutilating themselves, making permanent changes to themselves, sterilizing themselves, because I guarantee you that that period of time is a phase and it will pass if you're supportive. But if you feed into this narrative that there is something wrong with how the child was made in God's image, if you're telling that child that there's something wrong, inherently wrong with the way that they were created, you are abusing that, you are actually abusing that child. Whether that is done via one parent, whether that's done by via one parent and their extended family, whether it's facilitated by court proceedings, whatever the case is, if you are engaging in that sort of rhetoric with a child who is going through puberty, you are a child abuser. Point blank, period. I don't really care if you agree with that statement or not. It is my belief that you are doing irreparable harm to that child if you are encouraging them to hate themselves, to hate the way that they were created by God. May God have mercy on your soul, because there is scripture that talks about millstones when it comes to the abuse of children. And I think that metaphorically, whatever the case may be, there are about to be a lot of millstones around people's necks.